regarding stage fright, what I feel is when you're in your comfort zone, and when you have that fear in your mind, that means you like to be in your comfort zone. And when you're in your comfort zone, you're not growing, and you're not challenging. And when you're challenging yourself, and when you're coming out of your comfort zone, that is when you're growing. And when you're growing, that confidence comes, and things start to move. I'll give one example. I had taken sabbatical for my son's 12th standard, and it was, I think, 1.5 years, and then I joined back. I'm working out of home, and my company is in Delhi, Noida. So we are supposed to interact with MNCs and the EDs and the MDs. So one thing that I faced was the product knowledge, because of the distance, it was challenging to know about the product. So this colleague of mine, she used to come, and she would take the meetings. We would fix up meetings, and she would come by flight, and day-long meetings we would have. So I would think, what is lacking in me? Because there are times when you feel that ये क्या बोल रही है? So when I saw and I observed her, and I realized that she's saying the same thing over and over again. And I think I can, when I would come back home and I would tell my husband, I would narrate it, and I would say to him, I think I can say better than her. I think I can prepare a better pitch, and I think I can really impress the other person when I would say the same thing, because she's not modulating, and she's just going in one, and her job was to advocate, the marketing. She was just the marketing, that sales pitch was missing. So what I would like to say here is, there was one meeting that was to be held, and without her, she could not come for one meeting. So I was really scared. I said, if I am not going to challenge myself, I'm not going to grow, and I'm going to do the same thing over and over again. And this is the time when I'm really free, and my other son is in the 10th standard. I really want to rise high. Owing to my husband's transferable job, I have little been laid back, though I had been working all this while. But now is the time when I really want to rise high, and I want to grow. And there's nothing stopping me. I said, I must take this meeting. I rehearsed a lot. I think I did a fair job. When I came back home, believe me, when you're out of that comfort zone and you're challenging yourself, maybe you are not doing too well, or maybe as perfection or whatever that we feel. But I think you come back home, come back a stronger person, and you feel you can really do wonders with more practice. So I think you should really challenge yourself, and you challenge your fears, and I'm sure we'll come back a winner. The purpose, the objective that we are here today is we want to win, and we want to conquer our fears. I think that is.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
I was expressing my fear, but now I preach on how to come out of fear. See, basically a fear is a psychosomatic effect. I know that. But definitely, if we want to overcome out of it, we have to have some sort of a cautious effort, put our cautious effort in this direction. I just share with you, one book is there, The Secret. I have seen the videos are also available on this. So I share with you a very small portion out of it. There was one standing comedian was there, and he was not so much professional, but though he was serving, he was working in the organization, so he found that the people are not rather respecting him because he was not so professional. Then he was counseled by some professionals, because in the secret, what is the meaning? In that, whatever you think and you repeat the same thing, if you think negative, then definitely that is going to happen. Because at the same time, if you think positive, definitely, that is through by dreaming. The secret of that is you have to dream. Today, if I am not the millionaire, if you start thinking in that direction, definitely the path will pay for you. So for this, similarly, that standing comedian went through these tactics. Finally, he reached to that professional level. He was recognized, and rather he was started getting great respect from the people. So it was the two phases of his life which he expressed. So similarly, though I have been facing big problems, at the same time I am coaching, counseling my children, that your personality will be reflect only when you speak. Many other times we have seen the people are very well dressed, everything is fine. Till that time we find his personality is very good. When we start talking, there can be two things. Definitely, as you expected, he may be very good, having very good personality. But you will find when you speak and talk to him, your all expectations goes down. And even in the next time also, if you meet to him, you don't see with that impression. And at the same time, the personality will be well dressed, and his personality will be reflected by his words and by his speaking only. So these are actually the focus and targets. If we make this, then definitely this can be achieved. So I'll also suggest to all, at least those who have not seen the secret or not read the secret, at least they must go through that. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I want to share my experience in public speaking. The very first time when I had to speak in public, it was during my engineering. We had to make a presentation, the same way like how Santosh said, on communication, and they had given us a topic to speak over. Being the very first time I had to come on the platform, I had rehearsed a lot. I even went in front of the mirror and spoke. Continuous paraphrasing was there. But then when I came in front of the public, my students for the first time, I realized I could not look at them or connect with them and make them understand what I want to say. So the easiest way for me was to look over their heads. Eye contact is not there, but at the same time I used to look at everyone over their heads. So what would the teacher who is sitting on the first bench think? Oh, she's making eye contact. And then they used to think, oh, she's speaking very well. But then from the students, my friends, they will say, you spoke well, you were loud, you were clear. But what was missing? You were very monotonous. There was no pitch. In one variation, in one tone, you explained everything. So then, next thing comes, what can be done for that? The very next time I came on the stage was for my dad's farewell. I had to make a speech in Johnson. So in Johnson & Johnson, when many of the candidates or little students are all very good students. Like they come from IIM in supply chain, they're from MIT. And then I had to stand over there and give them about what is my thoughts about my dad, how he is at home. So there also preparation was there. There I tried to make eye connect with everyone, eye contact with everyone. I looked at them, and there also I have delivered my speech. In that time, there also they told it was good. But then in my case, what I was missing was, I felt I was not grounded. Means, when you're talking, you have connection with the person. But what is missing, you don't have connect to yourself. Are you listening to what you're speaking? Do you know what you're speaking? Or after once you finish your speech and you sit, you will think, what did I even say on the platform? That this was not there. The connection to what we were speaking was also not there. Now then I had come to this course yesterday. Now yesterday, like in the morning, we had to give our introduction. It came to the speech time. We all performed it. Always my worry was when my time would get over. You come here, you start, but you want to get it done. You want that part to just get over and go back to your seat. Because your leg is shivering, you cannot stand anymore. You're not feeling comfortable. You're not feeling that you want to stand and speak with people. But then yesterday in the second half, when we were given the impromptu topics of happiness, of debate, the difference what I found in myself yesterday was, first time I wanted to speak what I was saying. I believed in what I said, and I had a desire to express those points. That was a difference that helped me to perform. And at the same time, I didn't think of how my hand should be. I should keep it straight. I should keep it folded. I just wanted to speak, and I just wanted to get that message done. So yesterday was the first time I even heard myself, what I said. I could connect with people. I could connect with the topic. So one way which I think we can overcome our stage fright is, first is, preparation is very important. You have your topic ready with you. Connect with the topic. Sometimes it is not necessary you know it. You should believe also in what you are saying. Because when for presentation you read in technical, even in our engineering case, we prepare one portion of technical terms. We want to, we want to put it forward so correctly that we forget that you have not understood what it is. You just want to explain the technicality. So the same, when we want to speak, we have to connect. So once we connect, you are grounded on the platform. You are able to make eye contact with people. You are able to gauge the expression, whether they are understanding, they are not understanding. And you are able to perform well on the stage and be a good public speaker. So I would really take this time to thank sir for even explaining to me how I can be more expressive and just have the desire to speak and not care what it's correct. You have to know, means sometimes you cannot harm a person's feelings by giving your speech. You have to be little politically correct, but at the same time be bold with what you want to say. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. Good morning. Yesterday we had done some voice and speech exercises, which was your initial introduction into how you can help yourself, how you can improve your voice and speech quality. Today we are going to continue from where we left off. We will do a couple of new things. But the important thing to understand before we start the exercise itself is that just like physical exercise, on one particular day, if you decide to walk 5 or 7 kilometers, maybe you are not used to it, you will get very tired at the end of it. But if the activity is sustained, as we had seen in the case of Sanjay, it entirely changes your outlook and your ability. Voice and speech exercises will have to be taken with the same kind of enthusiasm, regularity and continuity. Since we are talking about continuity, I'd like to first start. Quickly we will review what we did yesterday. I think it was on page 14. We won't spend much time since time is limited. The second and third exercise, we'll just do it quickly. Take a deep breath and everybody do it together. We did it yesterday.